Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. How is everybody this fine Friday? Or should I say Fry-yay? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, some of you might know I was not on a live stream on Wednesday. I had pretty much from last Saturday all the way through yesterday, which was Thursday, pretty much headache, migraine, headache, migraine, headache, migraine, and maybe an hour or two of relief in between some of that. It's been a lot. It's been intense. I haven't gotten a lot done. I've been sticking to my daily workout, but once I got through that, I'm like, okay, I need to just chill. I need to take it easy. So I didn't have any videos go out on my other channel or anything this week. And, at first I'm just like, I gotta grind. I'm already behind. And, the whole productivity thing. And then I'm like, you know what? This is stupid. The grand scheme of my life, missing 2 video uploads and 1 live stream and all of this is not going to make a huge difference in the world, probably. But what we've been dealing with is a lot of smoke, and that a lot of times will trigger a migraine for me from the forest fires. So just south of me, the air quality number was like 340, and here in town it was like 180, and that's considered unhealthy breathing. So they canceled all sports, all school outdoor activities, and everything. So we've been trying to stay inside and keep the smoke at bay, and it seems today it's a little less than yesterday, and yesterday was a little less than the day before. We have a pretty big fire just kind of north, well, not really north, more just east of us, I guess. Yeah, so normally the smoke will blow from west to east, so that's good, but you can see the huge plume just there. It's just constantly there. It just looks like one big cloud. Oh yeah, the amethyst. That's one of my big chunkies that I got from the gem show, probably about 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years ago now. Yeah, I would love to come to Dublin. Yeah, my family's from, well, County Kerry for sure, and County Cork, I think. I don't know exactly where those are as far as where Dublin is. I'm pretty sure they're kind of, just looking at the little map of Ireland, I think they're kind of along that south, maybe even eastern area, if I'm remembering. I don't know. It's the wannabe Dublin. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Well, on my mom's side, people in her family fled from England to Ireland, and one generation was born there on her side. We're pretty sure that they fled for religious reasons, but they stayed there about one generation, if not kind of less than that, and then they moved to Pennsylvania. They were Quakers, so very peaceful people on her side, and then on my dad's side, she's from County Kerry. My dad's mom was from Ireland originally. So 4th generation on that side, American. But yeah, I've been in, let's see, I think it's from, well, I think my longest like US citizenship, or whatever you want to call it, ancestors, it's been like after Mayflower, somewhere around there, but like after that. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, there was my little history lesson for the day. Okay, so what we're gonna do, yeah, we've got a little catch up on what's been going on, but just the way I've been feeling and knowing that other people are feeling certain things, it really does tell that there is a lot of retrograde energy, and it doesn't always feel comfortable. Like I was saying on like the last live stream, I think it was like, I thrive in retrograde, but still sometimes it kicks me down on my butt, and I have to, humble myself a little bit. So that's what happened this last week. And yeah, I'm here for the, I guess, masochistic review of retrograde season. I'm here for it because I always feel like I somehow come back stronger when I get kicked down or, get pushed down for a minute. I always come back. I feel sometimes even stronger, or I can really see the benefit in having some downtime or a break or whatever it was that was going on. So, in the spirit of retrograde season, we still have Mercury specifically is really wreaking some havoc right now for many of us. And me, it's not electronic stuff. It's just getting the message recorded in the first place. It's not even like recording issues. It's just sitting down and recording is not working for me right now. Thankfully, the live stream is working. But yeah, let's just see what we need to know about this retrograde energy. We're just going to do a collective reading for all of us here and watching the replay. If you're hearing my words right now, your energy is included in this message. Should you choose to play along, we have here the Two of Cups. So there's soulmate energy, and there's this beautiful, it's funny because you think, oh, sunset dinner. I'm actually reading this more as like a sunrise. Yes, they are toasting probably some wine or some champagne here or something, but I'm really seeing that color scheme as more of a sunrise than a sunset. So this is letting us know there is this kind of sunset energy or new beginning, kind of, after that feeling down, we're coming back up. So, and maybe sharing our experiences or really bonding with someone close to us, could even be our animals if we have them. Let's see what else we need to know about the retrograde. Yeah, very interesting, very dual energies, because this is kind of just being on your own for a while, really discovering who you are, learning about your inner wisdom, inner truth. And this is doing that same thing, but with someone else. So you might have balancing act of, I need time for myself, I need time to connect with others. So finding that delicate balance between the two is going to be key in helping you not feel lonely or not feel so overwhelmed with someone else or a group of other someone else's energies that you don't understand your own energy. So it's about finding a really nice delicate balance, and there is a very spiritual essence to this combination as well. So there might be some spiritual level ups and just stuff we need to know. This one just fell off the top of the deck. There's that Knight of Pentacles, very slow and steady energy, very Taurian energy. But this really does speak to the fact that we're going to be in pretty major retrograde season until the beginning of next year. A lot of these, of course, Mercury will go back direct on October 2nd. But those outer planets like our Saturn, our Neptune, Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter. I'm not sure when Jupiter goes direct, but all those outer planets are retrograde right now, which, it's a generational thing. Like, I was born with all of my six retrograde planets. All the outer planets are retrograde on my chart, plus Mars, which I guess you consider kind of more of an inner planet or a personal planet. But my other personal planets are direct, thankfully. But yeah, this to me does feel like really leaning into the fact that, okay, I'm not going to try to push or accomplish so much in such a little time, because there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be challenges, and just kind of, mapping out what you want to do, but being very, kind of loose with when these things might happen. Of course, you're still taking action, you're still putting effort in, you're still giving it your best shot, you're putting your best foot forward. But at the same time, you're giving yourself grace if things just aren't moving forward, or you hit a brick wall and then a brick wall and then a brick wall. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. What it really means for us is that maybe the timing is just slightly off, or we're kind of making a plan before we really dive in. Of course, you can take those initial actions to get you going, but divine timing really is at play here. And that forward momentum will happen, and really nothing can hold you back when that forward momentum, when that dam breaks. You're on the move, you're going forward. Okay, so let's see, Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's just see any other additional messages we have with this current energy and retrograde energy. And the Schumann resonance has been offline, I think, now for 10 days. So things have been going crazy, and we've had a lot of solar activity, and now we have resistance. And yes, so many of us, when we kind of feel like things have got ground to a halt, a lot of times we want to resist or try to push forward, or it's like if the current is kind of pushing us up against a rock, we want to try to push off the rock or go around it in some way, but it's like the water just keeps pushing us back against this rock. I'm really reading this as like a pillar. But here, the fist to me is like a sign of empowerment as well. So this is about empowering ourselves with the energy that we have currently going on. And yes, there will be moments of resistance here. But look here, we have the number 25, which adds up to 7. So this is about really leaning into your inner guidance system, your inner GPS, your intuition. Just not beating yourself up, but really leaning on your inner self, kind of a sense of strength, to really help you through those resistant times. Let's get one more oracle card. Any good news that these retrogrades are bringing us right now? And the current energy, please, too. Yes, I love it. We were just talking about that intuition, and we have the trust card. I don't think I've ever actually pulled this card from this deck. It's very beautiful, but it's funny how the whole bottom part, it's like she's buried underground a little bit, and she's like in this egg, almost womb energy. And this duck, I think it's a duck, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, right? He's sitting or she's sitting on the nest here, and it's like the egg is under the nest. There's a lot of weird symbolism here, but it's almost like things are kind of out of order or feel a little almost surreal or dreamlike in a way, like how maybe you start out in your living room and then but before you know it you're like at the store but you don't remember switching locations. Like that'll happen in a dream a lot. You might feel very abrupt shifts and changes in your day-to-day life. It's like even driving to work or going out somewhere. I'm just see like leaving the house and going and doing or trying something. It almost feels like, wow, I was like in the zone. How did I even get here? Or just some really weird stuff with like timeline shifts or time warps. But this is the egg moon, and this is all about us learning to trust, especially through the number 32, which adds up to 5, those big changes that we have going on in life. So trust that the changes we are trying to make that maybe aren't really taking yet, or we're not able to take major action on these big sweeping changes we want to take in our life, just knowing that every moment, every little baby step, every day that goes by, we bring ourselves closer. And sometimes just that incubation of, okay, I got this amazing idea and I want to do all these things right now. But sometimes it's best to just allow that idea to marinate and see if it grows branches or roots, or if maybe that one idea was the initial spark to get you to an actually completely different idea, but that one idea was what kind of planted the seed for what you would be doing. And I'm kind of in kind of a weird limbo, kind of like this phase right now with my business and specifically my other channel. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Yeah, some things are shifting, some things are changing and falling away, and death card, rebirth energy is all I'll say. But you guys are also tuning into this death and rebirth energy, but a lot of times there is this resistance when even the good changes we want to make, sometimes subconsciously we kind of rebel or resist the things that we know we need to do. It just happens. But then we have the discernment card here, and we've got some clouds over the eyes, over the mind. So again, allowing these retrogrades to kind of move forward so we can allow these clouds to dissipate and us to get the clarity and really tune into that inner discernment. And here we have the sun energy here lit up at the heart, but really I'm also reading this as solar plexus. So it's like a union of the heart and solar plexus is what's going to be that strength to get us through this kind of resistant or maybe stuck feeling kind of energy some of us are feeling right now. Or if it's not stuck, it's just maybe we're not going the direction we feel we should be or at the speed we wish we could be. But hey, as long as we're putting in that effort, making our plans and following through, sometimes that 8 of wands will come and like we say, you feel like you're being pulled back, but you got to pull back a little bit on that arrow, the bow, to give that arrow some trajectory, right? So that's where we're at. And right now we have 2 donations that I see. Yes. So I'm going to take a drink of my water. Oh, Michelle, hello. You just woke up from some really crazy dreams and there was an egg in it. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. So whatever you're intuitively feeling about that dream, Michelle, trust it, because that came out on that trust card. And Brandy Lynn says, I feel that. Hello, Stardust. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Brandy Lynn. I don't think I even did the shout out. Sorry, guys. Michelle Lynn is here. Robin Stinson. Ivy is here. Hello, everybody. There's a little delayed shout out to all of you. And if you're lurking and want to say hi, I will say hi as well, even if you don't type it out. Hello, how are you? So we are going to jump right into Cheyenne's question. And then on deck, we have Vicky. And those are the only two donations I have thus far. So those of you looking for a reading today, it shouldn't be too long of a wait. Okay, I feel lots of low in energy these days. It could be because of Mercury retrograde. It could be because of all. It's like when the retrogrades happen, it doesn't always mean everything goes haywire. Sometimes it just means things they become they appear closer to the Earth. So really, it is time to really see what are these planets, what are these energies trying to show us, and it usually is within us. It's can be reflected in the external world as well, but as within so without, we always hear, and that is so true. It's like when you shift your mindset and the internal environment, that's when the external environment will shift. It's usually not the external shifting and then the internal. I mean, I'm sure it can happen, I'm sure there's a way, but for the most part, it's usually the internal shift will then start to reflect the external shift. Okay, so Cheyenne, and Get to Like It just made a donation. Yes, awesome. We will get you on the list, my dear. Cheyenne says, warning, I'm burnt out. I find that so hard to change. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It is not easy, that's for sure. I'm kind of feeling that element of burned out as well. That whole definition of insanity. I've really been chewing on that because with my main channel, definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So I'm, making some changes. Big changes. Big. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll get into it because I'm marinating on it because this is a major change or decision or plug pulling, if we want to call it that I'm thinking about doing. And yeah, once I do it, I can't take it back. So yeah. It's gonna be a lot of work. I'll put it that way. Okay. So let's go to Cheyenne's question. And we had another donation also come in from Narissa. If Narissa wanted to let us know who she is here in the chat, that would be awesome. We will get into your question not too long from now. Okay, so gotta find my emails. Alrighty, where are they? Email. Okay, here we go. Cheyenne. Hi, Amanda. If I worked part-time when doing my PhD, I don't know if I could pay my bills. The project I'm on now is draining me, and I finished work early today. I want to research children's well-being and do my PhD, but I don't know how it's possible with my finances. Could Spirit shed light, please? Yes. This is always, there's Narissa. I remember reading that name before. So awesome. We'll get you on the list, my dear. Yeah. But as far as all this goes, a lot of times we'll follow that call of spirit, and it doesn't always just everything lights up and doors are open. It's like it's such a journey. Even when we're on the right path, sometimes we might second guess or question, like, am I even on the right path? I'm going through this myself. But let's just see. If Cheyenne worked part-time when doing her PhD, she doesn't know if she could pay her bills. Oh, that whole stuff came out in the back. The project she's on now is draining her and finished work early today. Want to research children's well-being and do PhD, but don't know how it's possible with my finances. Spirit shed light, please. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's like you're taking on too much all at once. And prime example, I tried to do, the Patreon thing and the YouTube thing and the mentorship thing all at once. And keeping all those balls in the air. You can't have a sick day. You can't have a vacation day. You can't, a lot of things, because I basically booked my schedule out to max. And I was even working when I wasn't supposed to be working and things like this. And yes, burnout did happen. I did have to let Patreon go because it was just too much. I basically tried to schedule every free second of my day and every not free second of my day. And I'm learning that I can't take on that much. And Cheyenne, You're going to have to walk away from something that does feel like a fit for you, that does feel like a calling for you. But this does not mean you have to leave this thing behind forever. This just means that maybe now's not the right time as far as being able to be financially stable and do the PhD and do the child research. Let me read it again. Research children's well-being. Um, Not to say you can't have all of that or do all of that, but you can't have or do it all at the same time, if that makes sense. So maybe focusing or narrowing your focus down to one or two of those things so that you can, especially because financially we do have to make it, right? That's why a lot of times people will start like a YouTube channel or something they're very passionate about, just say for the example, YouTube channel. But that YouTube channel is not going to pay all the bills. Maybe someday it will, but for most YouTubers, not all, most YouTubers have a day job because it's just not financially feasible to rely on something as up and down and up and down and non-existent as ad revenue. Am I waking away from the PhD then? No, I mean, this is the thing. Let's get the other cards and really tell a story here. There might be, wow, this is very interesting with the mother energy. This is really asking you to focus on the things with children or nurturing the things that mean the most to you and finding a way. Pick the one thing. That's really what this message is. What of these scenarios means the very most to you? Because you can work around that. But if there are two or three things that you're trying to make work and then you're trying to work around that, it's, it all almost feels like it's just too shattering. It's too much. It's just way too much. So if the PhD is something that is like top priority, can't walk away from it, then don't. But this might indicate you doing a bit of soul searching and, of course, trusting your intuition over just some reading you're getting from me on the internet. Yeah. And this really is such a beautiful combination here. You've got children already in the page energy, children with their innocence and their lightheartedness, their inspiring nature, and really nurturing their passion for life and their passion for creativity and finding creative solutions to problems, and that nurturing energy of the Empress, which is not only creating the children or creating life, but creating a nurturing place for the children. And also with the moon, this is also mother energy, but when the moon comes up with something as big as this question you're asking, there could be some disillusionment or just this feeling like I'm never going to be able to do it. A lot of times the moon will, it is a very intuitive card, but coming up with, a combination like this, maybe you're going back and forth in your mind, like I should do this. No, I shouldn't do this. No, I should do this. No, I shouldn't do this. And sometimes just that energy in and of itself can really break us down or bring us down. Yeah, I broke down today. They can't pay me to take time off. Oh man. Yeah. And this to me just feels like really tuning in and deciding what is the most important thing. And that doesn't mean the most important thing now won't be the most important thing a year from now, 2 years from now, or whatever. Because of course, the PhD thing, that's at least a few years, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how many years that takes in your country. But for sure, that's at least a couple year commitment that you are committing to and following through and seeing through. So if you just have the PhD and then a job to be able to pay the financial aspect of your life, that already feels like you're already at the max. Yeah, so leaving home and having money is most important. Then that might be, leaning on knowing that when you do what's most important to you and you take action in the direction of the things that are most important to you and you follow through, then that will open the door for new opportunities to come in. But let's just see as far as Cheyenne's top priorities and anything she needs to know about prioritizing and just any messages about this. Yeah, you're totally feeling trapped, specifically at home. Just feeling, even like you're the one, you and Vicky are kind of footing the bill for, everyone else at the home. But you guys, sometimes at times may feel, and I'm really just reeling Vicky into this because I'm really picking up both of your energy together. Like this is a shared energy that you guys have been in this It's weird because spirit wants to give the word stasis, almost like you feel like you're stuck in time, like you're still 16 years old, but you're financially providing for people, but yet you still feel like a child or you're treated like a child, and that should not be the case, especially because you guys really are, footing a lot of the financial bill for what's going on at home. So, as far as priorities, your biggest priority is to free yourself from these binds or these, mental prisons, or maybe, the home front, the home life definitely needs a new direction, a new shift. And with the Page of Pentacles, there is an opportunity for a new beginning, to be able to have your own place, to be able to have your own finances, and get yourself stable in that regard. And then, if you had to put the PhD on the back burner for just, a year or 2 years, me as a 40-year-old, I look to you beautiful ladies and I'm just like, you have your whole lives in front of you. Even when I was your age and even younger, I'm like, oh my God, time is slipping through my fingers. I have to accomplish all these things. And if I don't do this now, then I'll never be able to. And it's like, I'm yes, I beat myself up a lot because I wasn't as far as I wanted to be. Even now at times I'm like, "Oh, I don't have my book published yet. I didn't do this, I didn't do that." But at the same time, I know divine timing really is at play in my life, and I'm learning a lot of valuable lessons along the way. So, if you feel that moving out and becoming kind of financially stable is most important priority to you, I would say it might be that you do put that PhD on the back burner just for now, or the child research just for now, till you can get this stability and be able to move and do what you want to do. But that doesn't mean, because this card to me is such a hero's journey card. The hero or the heroine at the beginning of the story, they go out on a journey to find that missing cup, and they come back. They bring that ninth cup of wish fulfillment back. It might take them a while, but they're coming back. That's really what I get with this. It doesn't mean you can't have your cake and eat it too, or have all your wildest dreams come true. And I have major chills right now. I really do feel your mom is really present in helping you guys do what it is you want to do, and have that stability with you. And it's very interesting because in the distance there we do have the tower, but he's beyond it. It's like he's moved beyond it and he's ready. He's flipping a coin. Like, now what direction do I go? It's very fresh and beautiful energy of leaving that tower behind, and it's very interesting because Spirit's giving me this element of like the princess in the tower in the fairy tale. She may have her creature comforts, but at the same time, she doesn't have her freedom. And this is about you finding your freedom through leaving the home or the tower, detonating your own tower by deciding, okay, we're going to make this leap and we're doing this, and then becoming financially stable by finding a job and maybe saving some money, and then really examining the PhD stuff as maybe a more long-term goal rather than a right now goal. But you do have the support of your mom, absolutely. Oh, your mom came this morning in her room. Aw, that's awesome. Oh, you can hear her sometimes. I said to Vicky, we need to save and leave. I think that's where, yeah. And Knight of Pentacles, it's a slow and steady. This came out in our collective reading. So this retrograde season really is you and Vicky both just kind of putting the brakes on maybe some big wild dreams you had that really are going to be financially very helpful in the future. But as far as trying to have that cake and eat it too right now, it's just not going to work. But teaming up, pooling money together, saving, and being able to leave, I don't know if I want to call it a toxic home life, but at the same time, if you don't feel this sense of freedom and, security and stability, and maybe even having some resentment by being there, it's not a great environment to continue in. So priority one would be to really fix that living situation and move beyond that. Nope, toxic. Okay. I didn't want to call it right out, but yeah, you two both deserve so much more than what you're getting right now. And everything, temperance on the back, everything might feel very out of balance right now, but you're finding your zen. I got major chills again. You're finding your zen. You're finding your peace along the way. And it might even come in just short 5 or 30-second bursts, but you're getting it and it'll build on it. And wow, what was I saying about having your cake and eating it too? There's 3 cupcakes there. They're giving me more information. So it's almost like you and Vicky live together and maybe you have a third roommate to really help pay the bills, maybe like a three-bedroom place or something where, split three ways instead of two is much easier. Oh, I had three breakdowns. Well, those things come in threes. It's very interesting how that happens. But and I'm really seeing here the broom, like cleaning up the day-to-day environment, cleaning up the energy, cleaning up the toxicity. Doesn't mean you have to cut your family out of your life, but just being able to remove yourself from a toxic situation and put up some really proper boundaries with the other family members that are weighing you guys down or bringing you down. I think really is top priority. And I do see you being able to do the PhD and the research with children and really go in that direction as a solid future for yourself. I really do. It's just going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of shift and change and growth on your end, and I think also Vicky. I think you guys really are on this journey together in so many different ways. Yeah, detach from them definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, big hugs. I think I ended most of your recent reading with big hugs. You got this, girl. It's definitely not easy, but you're gonna figure it out as you go, and you're gonna be very glad that you made the decision now and took the steps now, rather than 3 or 4 years from now when maybe you finish your PhD and you're even more enmeshed in the toxicity and you know your day-to-day stability, security, happiness, and just stress levels and health are more important right now than attaining that PhD or being financially responsible for everybody. Deep breath. You got this. I laugh, but it's not because it's funny. It's because it's overwhelming. And sometimes we just have to laugh or we're going to cry. But it's okay to cry as well. It's just allowing those emotions to flow really is your best bet, and allowing yourself to make the moves in the direction that feels best for you. So big hugs, big hugs. Okay, Vicky. We got Vicky's question here. I'm going to take a drink of my water. Okay, so hi Amanda, I'm considering withdrawing from my PhD program. Wow, here we go. I was already picking this up. Okay, so as I'm concerned that other areas of my life will be impacted, such as love, finances, free time, moving out, etc., I'm really worried that I will struggle financially as PhD students aren't usually financially abundant, and I'm currently working full time as well to pay my bills. My boss did admit she's worried about me receiving a full-time salary after February, and if I dropped part-time work, I won't be able to pay my bills, and I don't have family to help me. Part of me thinks it's just not the right time and could consider going back to the program. Yes! See, you've already come to your own conclusion. I'm loving this. For some context, I'm doing a PhD in the field of public health. Any guidance from spirit would be greatly appreciated. Okay, I think you already know in your heart and in your intuition what's your best move. I think you already know that. And so let's just say you know what you need to do. And I think, Vicky and Cheyenne are both getting the same similar message that maybe it's time. It doesn't mean you have to give it up forever. It's just kind of 8 of Cups, like we're moving on from now, for now, so that we can come back when the timing and the stability is much better suited for this program. Yes, absolutely. So let's see, as far as Vicky being able to step back from the program for now to be able to become more financially independent and stable and move out and have a love life and just a life in general, and be able to work and pay her bills. Let's just see what this will look like for her, being able to put this on hold and just really examine these other areas of life for a bit. Okay. Wow. Yeah. There is this element of, soul searching and being able to overcome any obstacles that are in your way, because you also have this combination of the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. And yeah, PhD you're doing is linked to your job, but I'm worried if I say to my boss next week that I want to withdraw from the PhD, I will lose my job. Wow. Okay. So to me, with this combination and then what you've presented here, this feels to me like whatever happens, you will overcome this energy. Because right now, it's like I just heard there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And it doesn't mean there's too many people involved in your job. But what I'm seeing is there's too many things you want to do and only so much time to be able to do it in. And again, I'm right here with you. But it's almost like the priorities in your life have kind of argued each other so much that now there's a fire and no one even notices there's a fire. And I think your own intuition is like, okay, the fire is we've taken on too much and we're going to have to step back from something, even if it means a lot to us now. But with this Nine of Swords, also kind of clarifying or coming out with this card, I'm really reading this as you're going to be able to go the distance. Even if one job burns out, another job burns out, something else burns out, you will always keep coming back and you will get stronger and come back tougher and better than ever, no matter what. And, you know, I really do see you still being able to do this PhD, just like we were saying with Cheyenne, but it just might take a minute to, figure, priorities and time. And wow, look, you're in the same mental and physical situation with needing and making a huge priority to get out of the current housing situation, the current living situation. That should be priority one. And I do see you being able to, as far as losing the job, let's tune into that. Would Vicky lose her job if she steps back from this PhD program for now? I mean, if you do, you're going to find something else or a better opportunity. But I think what this really is showing with this dedication card coming in with it, a lot of wand energy. You're taking a lot of major action here in your career by doing this. I think that your boss is going to see this as like a power move on your part to realize that I only have so much time in a day and I'm already stretched to the max. And I would rather make myself a solid foundation rather than keep building up on a faulty foundation or one that could easily crumble. And I think your boss is really going to respect you for the decision, especially if you really speak from your heart and just say, this is where I'm coming from. And, I want to get everything secure before I really dive into this. And, finances are kind of an issue. And, I can only see understanding in this boss's aura right now. Like this boss totally understands it. You're not being lazy or you don't want to go out partying. No, none of that. This is you taking care of yourself and realizing, it's such an adult thing to realize, hey, I'm stressed out. I need to allow some of this to fall away so I can only focus on the things that really need to be focused on now and not taking on too much, because taking on too much a lot of times is, I do it a lot. It's either a sense of trying to people please or do things for other people or, to try to prove our worth in some way. It's just something that can happen. Well, let's just see best advice for Vicky with this job or any future job. Yeah, wow. Well, I have Seven of Pentacles. So to me, this is like I really do see you staying where you're at as far as the job and the boss. There's nothing really except maybe your own thoughts about this that could really shift this for you. Let's just see the outcome of being able to keep the current job for Vicky as she transitions to out of the PhD for now. Wow. Yeah. Things are working out in your favor. Even if on the surface or at first you're like, oh my God, this is my worst nightmare. Everything is working out for your highest good. If you can just keep that little nugget of information in your back pocket of your mind, that's really going to help you move forward. But there is this also element of patience that everything you want can be yours. All your wishes can come true. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, or maybe even a lot of bit of effort with all this wand energy here. But you're going to be able to do it. That's really the down to the brass tacks. You're going to be able to do it. It's just going to be one step at a time. Well, let's just see anything else Vicky needs to know about stepping away from this program to focus on the more priority of moving, love life, just having a moment to breathe, right? That would be nice. And keeping the current job or quite possibly a different job. Yeah, Five of Swords. So it almost feels like for a minute, releasing this program, there's going to be a bit of a heartbreak or, there's a sadness associated with this or a feeling like, well, I had to make those tough decisions and I don't feel like anyone won. Like this almost feels like there are no winners here, but really there's silver lining. There's a silver lining to all of this. And I'm going to clarify this Five of Swords. So for a while there, you might feel like, man, this sucks. I just wish I could do what I wanted. And why does life have to be so hard? Sometimes this can be a card of victim mentality, but look what comes out to clarify it. The Six of Pentacles, there's going to be aid. There's going to be spiritual help, physical help, mental help. emotional help. This could be leaning on people in your life or people showing up out of the blue to really help. This is kind of the opposite energy of this, where you feel like everyone's out to get you. You're realizing that the reality of it is there's a balance here as well. This is normally a card depicted with scales. In this instance, it's not. But this is about finding that peace and that balance. I want to get one more. We're gonna go to the Urban Crow Oracle. Grab it there. All right. Anything else Vicky needs to know about leaving this PhD behind and focusing on the priorities right now? Yeah, it's going to be all about communication. Communicating again from your heart to your boss, or communicating from your heart to your own self or to your family, whatever it is you're doing. And opening modes of communication, because these windows here are open. And to me, it almost, yeah, we've got rain and everything. So you think, oh, I want to close those. It's very cold out there. But even if you feel cold or like you want to pull back from someone, there is this need to communicate where you're coming from, so that you don't feel left out or slighted or like, wow, that person hates me now, or whatever it is. I think this card is more for your benefit than theirs anyway. And by theirs, I could be the boss, that could be your family, when you say, hey, I'm moving out, or, whatever it is. This is you being able to communicate from your heart. And we are responsible for how we react to what happens to us. But we're not responsible when we speak our truth, how someone else is going to react. We're not responsible for that. Of course, we're responsible for delivering the message in a nice, heartfelt way. That's our responsibility. But how they take it or twist it or whatever it is they might do. And I'm really reading that more as the family, home energy, not the boss energy at all. I just want to get one more. One more. Anything else? Anything else Vicky needs to know about this PhD, leaving it, walking away? Wow. Yeah. You're still going to be part of that community. I really do see this. You're still going to be part of that PhD, or, the job that you're involved in. You're still going to be a part of that community, and will, again, be able to go in and really put some roots down and accomplish that PhD eventually. You're already in the community. You're going to continue to be there, being able to move forward in the direction of, what you want to accomplish. So it almost feels like bad news now. I got to leave my PhD. But at the same time, it's going to come back full circle to where you're going to be able to be in it again, and in a much more stable state where you can actually really dive into it, because maybe you have saved money, or you have a part-time job at the time that maybe pays even better, or something. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what I just heard. So you continuing forward, not giving up, speaking from the heart. This is really going to get you, this beautiful wish energy or recognition for what you've been through or what you're going to do. All right. Thanks again, Vicky, for your donation. I know those two readings were like super long, and I would apologize. I'm sure you guys don't care, but the other people waiting, I do apologize. Normally my readings don't go that long, but sometimes Spirit's like, we need to take a little extra care, really, really give these people what they need here, instead of just, one and done, get them out of here. No, that's not what this channel's ever about. But I just, sometimes there's a question that comes through that just needs a little extra love and care. And those two definitely needed it. So big hugs to you as well, Vicky. Big hugs. Okay, so next we got Get to Like a Ray. And I'm going to update my list here. So we've got, let me backtrack here. Keep Cheyenne on the list, but I will put Get to Leka in front and center for Get to Like a Ray. And then Narissa. Okay. And Cheyenne donated again for that one card. Okay. One card. Perfect. There we are. And Get to Leka has her question out. Hello, Linda. How are you? Okay, Get to Leka says, messages from higher realm on what is coming next in the near future. All right. We're already getting a lot of amazing information coming through. So let's see. Messages from the higher realm on what is coming next in the near future for Get to Leka Ray. Okay, I'm really liking this combination. To me, this feels like a new beginning, a new project, a new challenge, but this feels like a creative challenge or an exciting challenge. Something you're ready for, something you're excited about. Could even be news or proclamation of something really amazing coming in, a good surprise. But with the Knight of Wands, it's like you're taking this seed, this idea, this news, whatever it is, and you're moving forward in a very inspired way. This is a very passionate card where you feel this sense of purpose, spiritual purpose, and passion for what you're doing, the life you're living, whatever it is you're creating. You're moving forward. There's forward momentum here where maybe you had felt stuck or overwhelmed in some area of life. It's now moving forward and you're feeling very recharged and energized to be able to move toward this new direction or this new creative endeavor or whatever this is project. Let's see. Get to like array near future. Yeah. And you're overcoming, this is in the past, this tornado energy here. I don't really see this as something you don't see that's coming for you. I'm reading this as you were there, you dealt with it, now you're walking away and you're moving forward, moving ahead, really relying on yourself. And these creative ideas. You keep getting creative ideas and maybe even like creative ideas or creative solutions to current issues or problems that you're having at work or just in personal life or just feeling that overwhelming energy. You're finding creative solutions to deal with a lot of that stress or like you're channeling it into action in a different way. Let's see what else is coming in the near future. Forget to look array, please, Spirit. All right, we have the Ace of Cups. So this could be a soulmate energy. This could be a friend, a family member, a love interest. This is someone you're getting very close and connected to, a new beginning, even with someone who's already in your life. You're finding this, renewed passion for this connection, for this family member, for this, this family bond or friend bond, or maybe quite possibly, romantic bond that is coming into your life. And it's very interesting, that sometimes this combination can indicate a pregnancy. If that's not at all on your radar or anything that you're going to experience, this could be a pregnancy with an opportunity or a project or something that you are going to have in your life for a very long time. Because think of it, a child, you create that child, or that child is being woven together for 9 months, well, 9 full months, almost 10 months, and then it's birthed, and then you support that child for 18 years, and then that child is on their own sometimes. But a lot of times that child still needs your love and support. It's a lifetime commitment. So there's something you're doing, Gitaleka, that is going to be a lifetime commitment. This could even be a recommitment to your own soul, your own purpose, your own creativity, redevoting your life to spirit, quite possibly. I mean, it's a beautiful combination. So if you're not looking to have children, this could even be like finding a child to mentor or someone younger than you that you're really have a soul bond with, that you're mentoring this person, or this person is learning a lot from you. This child or this younger person could be learning a lot from you. And then with this wand energy, this could be a fire sign. It could be your Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but also we got the water, so that's your Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I don't know if any of those signs that might resonate with those people. But at the very least, you're just open-hearted. You're feeling this more open-hearted flow of love and commitment to life, just living a beautiful life, whatever that looks like to you. But yeah, you're making those changes. And like I said, it's like you're leaving that. Look how chaotic this card looks with the lightning and all that. It's like the changes that you're making and have been, going through have felt very chaotic, but like I said, you're leaving that behind and you're walking into calmer territory, or at least territory, Gitaleka, where you feel more in charge or more in control of your own emotions, of your own schedule, of your own whatever it is. You're feeling much more in control. But sometimes through those changes, there might be a little bit of chaos that'll come with that. But the number 38 here, that adds up to 5. Sorry, number 35 adds up to 8. That's what I meant to say. Which is about taking action. And you had all that wand energy with this, and then the fire energy, wands are fire with this combination. So that is about also financial abundance, or maybe some sort of investment that you made that is going to really pay off for you. Some sort of financial investment, wherever you're investing your money. Maybe you're making changes even to the way that you're investing money. Yeah, but it's going to pay off for you in a really big way. In a way that's maybe even going to support you in the future. Maybe a big investment you made is going to pay off Big. That's that's very specific. That's cool. That's nice. As of now, I'm not aware of the energy you mentioned. Let's wait for the future. Yeah, yeah, because we really were tuning in. What's coming next? What's in the future for you? Um, let's just see. Before we close this out, any words of advice to bridge the gap between what Getalek is currently experiencing and this future energy that we've tuned into? What is bridging the gap, or how can she bridge the gap between now and that future moment, or that future energy we're talking about? All right, it fell down. Be open to spiritual guidance. So it really is about leaning into your spiritual side, your spiritual practice. And we really did tune into that elevation of life purpose and passion and your more spiritual side. So we'll read the back. So today's lesson: ponder this question: how do you expect your prayers and guidance to come to you? Literally, in a vision? Are you someone who says that you're waiting for prayers to be answered because you want guidance that includes a safety net? Your goal: to own up to your spiritual insecurities and lack of faith. So there might be an area of life that you're just lacking that faith, that passion, that emotional fulfillment, that is letting you know that by really leaning on your spiritual side, the spiritual guidance that comes to you, however it does come to you, that is going to be what bridges the gap from feeling left out or emotionally not connected to that kind of soulmate energy, or that passionate energy, or this big big investment energy that came out earlier. So really leaning on your more spiritual side and your meditation practice, your spiritual practice, whatever that looks like to you personally, whatever feels good to you personally, that is going to be the ticket from where you're at to that future energy we really tuned into. So I hope that resonated. Beautiful stuff coming through. It's just a matter of, these retrogrades are really making things feel so out in the distance, but that's the thing. Time will pass anyway, so we might as well take action in the direction of where we want to go. And that is kind of another key element of your reading. Get to Leka was taking action, or walking away from the things that drain your energy and walking toward the things that really light you up and inspire you. That's going to be on you to do that, rather than it just to happen. Because a lot of times, especially when we are burned out or overburdened, there is this element of us needing to put up boundaries and say, okay, I can't completely drain my cup for you anymore. I need some of that for myself. In fact, I need all of it for myself, and I can give you from my overflow. It's a very hard balance. Most of us are taught from a very young age that we have to be so self-sacrificing to everyone and give to ourselves last. And really, it really is the opposite. And when we can feel fulfilled and overabundant and our cup's running over, that's when we can really show up for other people with some really positive stuff. Yeah. All right. So we got some more donations coming on through. So let's go ahead and get to our list. So Narissa, you can go ahead and post your question, my dear. We'll get right into that. And we had, after Cheyenne's reading, we have Michelle De Leon has donated as well. And Kurt fell down. Very funny. And then my phone beeps. Very funny as we're talking to Michelle, or adding Michelle to the list, Kurt falls down. She's funny. Okay. So I'm going to update my list here. Copy. Paste it back in my... You're so welcome, Getaleka. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Hello, Ethan. All right. Messages from Spirit, please. I've been seeing 222, 777, and 111 a lot. All right. Let's tune into Narissa's energy and that of her guides, angels, Spirit. What does she need to know? What are these messages from these repetitive angel numbers as well? Just anything else she needs to know. Wow. So you really are onto some new stuff. Okay. So we got 2 pages here, which we'll get into in a very short minute, but we also have the Tower and the 5 of Wands. So there might have been, and my nose is very itchy, which to me is an indication of good luck is coming in, where maybe before you felt very unlucky, or like things just weren't really going your way. Things are shifting in that regard. There's something you're leaving behind, this energy of feeling like you're in conflict with someone or something, or feeling this sense of unfairness, or like you have to prove yourself in some way, and you just said no more. So if this hasn't happened yet, this is coming up very shortly for you. You are deciding to walk away or remove from your life the things that are taking away from your beautiful light. That's what you're doing here. And these numbers really are allowing you or kind of showing you the way with their messages that you are going in a stronger direction, in a path that is going to really serve you a lot better than where you have been. If things have been going decently well, this is just yet another uh, inspiration in a new direction or something that's much more exciting than what you've been going through. But you're the one. This isn't just something out of the blue that happens, just randomly to you. That might have been past energy. Something big happened. There was a loss of some sort that it felt maybe even very devastating in the moment. But now looking back, you're like, I can kind of see why that needed to happen so I could be the person I am today. A lot of times we can see that. But any future kind of tower moment energy that's coming for you, you're the one detonating that tower and deciding, no, I'm done with this. I'm taking control of my own life as far as what you want to separate yourself from. We're never in complete control of anything at all, ever, because we're co creating with spirit, with the universe, this reality. But this is you being in charge or making that ultimate choice to walk away from something that is very conflicty, very conflicted, very it's just not serving your highest good, because if there's people involved or if it's a situation or something you're a part of, you don't feel like your voice is heard, or you don't feel like you're being treated the right way. And you're walking away from that. Hello, I'm feeling better, Amber. Yes, thank you so much. Because you're being inspired. There's an idea that you're taking action on. It's like taking that ace of swords and grabbing it and like, yes, this idea is great and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on that direction. The pages are students of life. They love to learn. Page of Wands, this combination specifically talks of a really great or grand idea that just maybe even came out of the blue, just into your head or into your awareness, and you're like, wow, that would be awesome if I could do that. And then maybe you start thinking, well, why couldn't I do that? I'm gonna do that. And then taking action. Of course, pages really are just that starting point or that inspiration to do something. Then the knight is the thing that takes it forward. But you have an idea or an opportunity to move forward in a new direction where you're feeling much more stable, much more, on your own path rather than living someone else's life or doing things for someone and not getting any help back from them or whatever it is. You're leaving that energy behind because you're walking into this beautiful new energy. Yes, it is. The sun, hello, and the Queen of Swords. So you're walking back into your own sovereignty. You're walking back into control of your own destiny, your own life. Same cards I pulled yesterday. Thank you for the clarity. Boom, mic drop. Yes. This is just going to confirm that, you are already knowing what you need to do. You're already on the path to detonate that tower, whatever it shall be, or he or she or them or whatever it is. You're the one deciding this isn't good anymore for me, for my highest good. I'm walking away. I'm out. And in the same token, you are gaining that light back. Remember, because I said this thing or this situation or these people or person or whatever it is, it's like you had to dull your light or your full light couldn't shine around these people because they are threatened by it. But you're bringing that light back online and you're speaking your truth. This is a card. She's not afraid to stand up for and say what she needs to say. Where maybe before her voice got lost in the shuffle because there's too many voices going on here. Like we said earlier with this card, too many cooks in the kitchen. Maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen of the energy of this person or the situation you're working with to where they can't really see your value. But you see your value, so you're not going to put up with them treating you in such a way that they can't see your value anymore. And you're standing up for yourself, you're speaking up for yourself, and you're taking action into the direction that makes you feel much better. She's very much in control of her next steps. That's very beautiful. And she's going to be celebrating with those that do have her back, that do see her light, that do love her unconditionally. Because those are the types of people that you're going to continue to have in your life. Whereas these other people or person or situation or whatever it is, it doesn't need to be there anymore. The one that makes you feel like you're not good enough or like you have to dull your light in some way. and you don't need to do that anymore. So let's see what else Narissa needs to know. Ooh, yeah, it's about finding the balance, you know. And sometimes when our friend circle or our life circumstances, whatever it is weighed down by really heavy, toxic, overbearing, resent-driven type of people or situations, you know, we don't have much of the good stuff. So it's about finding the balance. You know, sometimes weeding out some of the stuff that's no longer serving you can then bring back that balance to bring in more things that make you feel this sense of peace. But once again, we've got this cloud over her eyes. I do want to get a clarifier on that. So maybe right now you are feeling out of balance, and this is going to help bring you back into balance. But what is helping bring Narissa back into balance? Wow, it's gonna come out of the blue. You're just not gonna expect it at all. The unexpected. And it's very interesting. We've got two blue orbs here. Yeah, very interesting. And then, of course, it's almost like she's walking into another portal, or these two are walking into a portal, or like a time shift, timeline jump, something like this, quantum jump. And it's a very spiritual thing. Whatever this unexpected reason you're getting back into balance, it's very spiritual. There's a very spiritual connection. And I think your guides and angels, there's at least three of them I'm reading. One very elderly, motherly, maybe grandmotherly kind of energy. If she isn't your own grandma, she's like a guide that feels like a grandma energy. And then it's interesting, we've got two females here, but I'm actually reading, one is a younger male energy, and then one's very mother energy. So grandmother, mother, and then like a younger male energy that are really helping bring, you know, this sense of balance and helping you detonate that tower and really bring your life back into alignment. Of course, that doesn't mean life is going to be good from here on out forever, but like, you know, things are going to be much better than they have been, Narissa. And, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. So, you know, on the back there, you know, you might be going through this sense of darkness, or, you know, maybe still on the horizon with that tower you have yet to detonate. But at the same time, you feel this sense of power in being able to detonate that or remove the bad habits or the people, the whatever it is from your life that aren't serving you anymore. And that's really going to put you back in balance for sure. All right. Big hugs to you as well, Narissa. Thanks again for your donation. So, Cheyenne, for her one card, is there any new job opportunities in front of me, please? I want to get out of this project. Okay. You're so welcome, my dear. Absolutely. Okay, will I get a new job at the university soon, please? I've started looking. I'm too tired from this project and feel used. Absolutely. Yes, let's feel into that energy for Cheyenne. Getting a new job at the university soon. Looking, she is tired of from this project and feels used. Okay, look at this. Wow. I think this card actually came out for you before, where you're working together with people or a group of people, working together, studying together, something coming together to create something. But Page of Wands, this energy I think is following people today. But this is about a new beginning. This could be a new job opportunity or something you're finding a creative way to find a job. Maybe you're even looking in departments that you don't know for sure are hiring, but you just go talk to somebody. And there might even be more than one job opportunity available. Like if you did look or search a campus job search, maybe you're finding multiple places open right now. But even if you don't see anything open, there's more options or opportunities than you know right now. And this is a card of hope. So this is about being very hopeful for the future that you're going to be taken care of and be able to, pick the one that's best for you. You don't just settle for anything. When you have all these options, you pick the best one for you. That's the beautiful thing. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Anything else she needs to know about finding another job on campus? All right. Yeah, absolutely. It's abundance. There's an abundant amount of job opportunities going to be available. If they aren't available now, we are coming upon the fall season, and this is like a card of the fall season. The leaves are falling, so it might be when the leaves start falling in the autumn time. This is the Hunter Moon, and I'm not sure when that is. Let me Google that for you real quick. I will know. I want to know when this is. Okay, so the Hunter Moon 2022. Okay, it's in October of 2022, and that's coming up Sunday, October 9th. So it might be, I think it'd still be the 9th for you. Well, it might be the 10th, early the 10th, because it's 4:54 p.m. Eastern time. And I know you're a few hours ahead even of Eastern time. So it might be very early October 10th for you. So that might be a really good full moon for you to do some sort of manifesting, a new job, a new position, or maybe even if you get on that now and start looking, start talking to people, asking people, you might have that job by that date. I mean, that's really not that far away. October 10th. That's a little less than a month, really. That's good. I'm glad we got that card to let you know that there's something shifting soon. As long as you're taking action and direction, and you're inquiring and you're putting yourself out there, your resume out there, you will find something for sure. Yeah, maybe even asking around, asking friends or other people in your program or wherever at the university if they know of anything or know of anyone that's hiring or any jobs. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are talking about dreams. Oh, you were smoking a cigarette backwards, and then a little boy threw up a broken raw egg with the shell, and I was sleeping in the street. It was crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dreams are really weird. And I was talking about, that in the thing, like it felt very dreamlike, that egg card that we got. It felt very disconnected, like a dream. Like you start out in your living room and then you're like at the store, but you don't remember leaving or going anywhere. And then whoop, there you are. Yay, Cheyenne. Well, hopefully you can get the ball rolling on that and just figure out all of that and you should be hopefully not feeling so used, because that's just not a great feeling in any kind of work capacity or even personal capacity, to feel used by the people you're working for or communicating with or whatever it is. Not fun at all. Okay, so Michelle, and she has her question over here on PayPal, so I'm going to go ahead and read it from there. Michelle De Leon. And here it is. And Michelle is, fun fact, she is our last donation as of current. So anyone else hoping to get a reading can always send a donation. And I don't think I said it this time, but all your donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. And we're still saving to get her out of that little camper she's still living in. We're saving and saving to get her out of there. Okay, so reading Michelle's question. Aaron is feeling very low energy right now. He lost his job and he's really depressed and he's not really communicating with me or anyone. How can I help him show my support for him? Okay, let's tune in for Aaron. That's sad. That's especially right now. Like the economy is crazy. Everyone's talking about a recession. That's the new bad word. Might as well call that the F word, because YouTube's starting to censor people talking about the R word, recession. So I better be quiet or careful, because I might get this feed pulled. Yeah, it's these are very uncertain times in a lot of the world right now. But let's just feel into his energy and just Michelle's energy too, and just see if there's anything she can do to help. Ooh. Yeah, that's what's going on in my dream. I kept switching to different houses again. Oh, very interesting. Okay, wow. Yeah, he might feel very deceived, especially if he lost his job. Maybe he's blaming either the job, the boss, someone at work. There's a sense of blame or feeling cheated, taken advantage of, lied to, stolen from in some way. Yeah, and he is all up in his feels right now with this Queen of Cups. Very, very emotional. And it might even be putting his future, like his future dreams of marriage and children and a house and being able to afford a dream life, whatever that looks like for him. This loss of his job has really put a lot of fear on those dreams that he has for the life that he wants to live. And he might be feeling a lot of resentment for the fact that he lost his job. Let's just see if what can Michelle do. It's very interesting too. We have the Four of Wands. This is a home energy. I don't know if he's been to your home. Maybe even inviting him over to your home for dinner, or dinner and a movie where you're kind of, taking care of him, cuddling him, just telling him everything's going to be okay. Sometimes that's all we need. Even if we feel like they're empty words and someone's just trying to be nice. Like, just knowing someone cares enough to even say that could really go a long way. Doing something nice for him, even just saying, thinking about you, hope everything's okay, even if he's not really like quick to the draw with communicating with you. He is feeling some things. So sometimes just letting him know, hey, I know you're going through a thing right now. I just want to let you know, if you want to talk or cry or whatever, I'm here for you. And that could really go a long way for him. Just knowing you're there. But his need to withdraw right now, I think is what's, he thinks is best for him. Has nothing to reflect that you've done anything wrong, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it is a very calming approach here. So, just allowing him to do what he needs to do. But again, speaking from a place of authority, as far as just letting him know, hey, I'll be this pillar of strength if you choose to accept the challenge. I will cook you dinner. We can watch a movie. We can just have a stress-free night, hanging out on my couch. Like, that'll be fun. But this really is you taking charge of the situation. Not forcing him to do, that's not your style anyway. But like, just saying, hey, let me take over the plans. We'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do that. If that sounds good to you, we can do that. If not, great, it's cool. Ball's in your court. Feel free to reach out if you want to. If not, that's fine too. Just see any other words of wisdom or advice for Michelle with Aaron, low energy, and everything he's going through. Ooh, there's a lot that wants to be said. Queen of Pentacles, this is just you being that stable, secure, nurturing energy as well. There's this kind of element of nurturing between the Queen of Cups and also the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups does it in a more emotional way, and the Queen of Pentacles does it in a more physical way, like actually giving someone a hug. The Queen of Cups is more speaking to someone's emotions, or really tuning into and emotionally touching someone that way. And this is more just a calm hug with no words needing to be spoken. But the Eight of Pentacles, this is, letting you know that it's worth putting the effort in, and something about the past, and just feeling that nostalgia, that past life that you guys had, and, just allowing whatever's happening for him right now to unfold. Because yeah, he might be feeling very confused right now, unsure, like, where am I even gonna apply for a new job, or where would I even work now? Like, what do I do now? But with the sun also coming out, things will be brighter sooner, I think, than later. So I think he's either gonna find a new job, or maybe unemployment, if he's going that route, is kicking in. Something where he's not feeling so out of sorts. He's feeling more, in power of his own self, his own dang self. Let's just see anything else Michelle needs to know to help Aaron through this time. Well, look at this. Even though he wasn't in that dream you had, maybe he was the little boy with the egg in the dream. Yeah, like, not like literally he was a little boy, but like more metaphorically. Yeah, it's like he's in a very vulnerable state. Eggs are very vulnerable, and so are children. And the fact, the sun card is like a masculine child as well. And we've got a pregnant lady there, and this is a very pregnant card. So yeah, something even maybe with his mother, like the energy between him and his mother, or lack of energy between him and his mother. There's something going on there, or not going on there, one of the two. But yeah, just you being a safe place for him to kind of incubate or hang out, really is your best bet, without trying to force anything. Just, say, hey, if you want me to, you can come over, I'll cook dinner, we'll do this, we'll do that. Or if you'd rather not, we can do that too. Yeah, just being there for him, I think is really what this reading boils down to. And I think sooner than later, he will find something job-wise or financial-wise that is going to kind of alleviate all the stress and anxiety he might be feeling right now. But yeah, definitely in a dark place right now as far as, oh my gosh, my future. But no, it's just a blip on the radar, really. His future, we got darkness, we got sun. This is current energy, this is future energy. So yeah, he's gonna be feeling his way out of this. And he might even be really glad eventually that this loss of the job happened, because really it wasn't a job that was really using his talents, or where he felt any real sense of purpose. Maybe it paid the bills and everything, but again, there was something about this job or maybe the people at this job where he felt cheated or lied to or like they just weren't good people. And he will find a job that feels much more stable and, a better work environment for him. All right, Michelle, big hugs to Aaron and you as well. Because why not? Group hug, everybody. I'm just dishing out hugs today. I'm a huggy person when I'm going through my own whatever this retrograde is doing. I'm just a huggy person in general, so it's cool. Alrighty, so I think that's it as far as donations go. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Yes, group hug, Linda. I will hopefully be back Wednesday for Woo Woo Wednesday here on this channel, and maybe, hopefully, quite possibly, the next reading that's coming to you guys is the October Pick a Card on my other channel, and I'm gonna do something kind of fun and special for that. I got a little witch's hat. Well, it's not little. It's like a knit witch's hat. It's very modern kind of take on a witch's hat. I'm gonna wear that and actually maybe at the very least film kind of more this vantage point for that reading, but I might also bring my other camera where I have it up top filming the table as well and have kind of a 2-camera system like I used to do in like the summer of 2020. I was doing that for quite a hot minute. And to me, that's more interesting to look at because you get the human interaction, but you also get to see the freaking cards. I think it's the best of both worlds. So that's my plan for that video. Before we go, my husband, my amazing, awesome husband, he created something for me. So I think I told you guys I moved most of my cards. Yes, this is still very much a storage unit, work in progress. Yeah, let's not go there. So I had all 3. So that shelf, that shelf, that shelf, and spilling over into some of these shelves were all tarot and oracle. And I'm like, I want to get them into the closet and just get them, free up these shelves. So my husband built me this amazing shelf. He stained it a pretty purple color, but like, look at this. Can we see? Can we see all of it? Let's really get in here. Okay. We've got all sorts of oracle, and there's 15 decks per, like, here's the cutoff. So 15 here, 15, 15, 15, 15, and then however many is at the top. That's a lot of decks. Okay, yeah. So I'm really excited about that. That's actually 2 weeks in progress because he built it and it was such the perfect size that it wouldn't fit. Like it fit in the closet, but it wouldn't quite fit in the little cubby area. But yeah, I think they look pretty, but like if I don't want to see all that, I can close the closet door and it's put away and it's funny. When I decorate, I love like the minimalist look, but I also love like I want to see everything eclectic look. And a lot of times when I try to decorate or something, I try to do both at the same time. And you can't be maximal and minimal at the same time. It just doesn't work. Oh, Amber's going to donate. Okay, cool. Well, we're still here. Why not? But yeah, so I'm trying to find that nice balance between minimalist and maximalist for this room. Eventually, I still have quite the chaotic mess. I'll just show you that table and all those cards. Yeah, most of those, not most, some of those boxes in there are empty because I use a lot of those decks so often. I just never put them away. But I'm trying to get in a better, now that I can actually easily grab and pull and not everything, because I had them all in that closet for a while, but having 4 cards stacked, stacked high, and I pull one out of the middle, then the top one falls down, and then they were falling down all the way to the ground, and I'm just like, this is too much. And then I asked my husband, can we build something in here that'll be efficient for me using? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. All right. Oh, you have 10 oracles and 2 tarot decks. That's awesome. Yeah, I have. It's funny because for years I only just had like 2 tarot decks and they were just fine. And then I started the channel and I'm like, I kind of now want more tarot decks because I would just use the same ones for my own readings, or if I was doing a reading for friends or family, I would just use the same ones over and over and no problem with it. But when you have a channel, you want a little bit of, visual variety and appeal than just having the same 2 decks over and over and over again. But if you watch my very early pick-a-cards, I used my Angel Tarot deck pretty much every reading. And it's funny because since then, I don't think I've used it since. Because I used it so often and so much that I don't even use it anymore. Not because I don't like it. It's probably one of the decks I'm most bonded to, but it just doesn't, as far as like doing readings for people, I don't really reach for that anymore. Yeah. So many pretty ones and lots of varieties. I'm gonna take another drink of my water. We'll wait for Amber's question to come through. And what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else, and then it just went. Hmm. I don't know. I guess if it was that important, it'll come back. Yeah. So you guys have any plans for the weekend? My big plan is to catch up on everything I missed this week. Without beating myself up about it, because not feeling good and having migraines and headaches is a very valid reason for not getting a lot done. Okay. So Amber has left her question. Let's go ahead and read it over here on PayPal. Well, it hasn't come through quite yet, but it should if I check for mail. Maybe. I might just, oh, there it goes. It's like I might just log into PayPal on my phone and find it. Okay. So Amber says, I did ancestral healing this week. Now I am being nudged to do it again. Did it not work last time? Or I just have to do for different ancestors. This time, I don't know what to heal. Please, Spirit, some clarification will be great. Okay. So one thing I've learned about any healing journey whatsoever is these things happen in layers. Like we peel off a layer, we think, I've made it, I've arrived, I've done all that healing. And then like 6 months, 6 weeks, maybe even 6 hours later, something else comes up. And we're like, oh, maybe that didn't work at all. No, that did work. That did work. But think of how many ancestors you have. How many family lines, bloodlines came together to create you. Many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of different people came together to, bring down to that family tree where you're the one. And all of the trauma and things they've went through, gone through, it's in your blood, it's in your veins, but also their good experiences and, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Yeah, you healed around 1,000. So think of all the ones that are still out there. And one thing when I'm doing healing, either with a practitioner of sorts or myself, I will always, your higher self is already always in charge anyway, and not going to allow anything to be healed that shouldn't be, or, make sure that the thing that needs healed the most will definitely be healed. But one thing I always caveat my manifestations with, or my healing, is to say, like specifically with healing, I'll say, bring forward the thing that is most affecting my life or is most negatively impacting X, Y, or Z. And usually your higher self can go in and hand pick that thing and grab it and bring it to the forefront. Yeah. Oh, Sarah suffered from migraines her whole life and just recently, maybe a month, started drinking Prime, which is hydration drink, and hasn't had migraines since. Huh. I have never heard of that. I might check it out. Well, hello, Jackie. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a long time. But yeah, let's get into your question. Now we've done a little preface to the question. So, don't know what to heal. So please, Spirit, clarification on what to heal. Well, especially when we don't know exactly what needs healed or what happened in our ancestral line that's still affecting us in some way. We don't need to know those specifics. We don't need to get into the nitty gritty of any of that. Our higher self, our ancestors, our guides, they know what's up. Our higher self knows what's up. And they can go in and handpick, cherry pick exactly what needs to be healed. And of course, when we set that intention that, I'm leaving this to my higher self to know what needs to be done, it's that much more powerful. But let's just see, as far as all this goes and Amber's question, clarification on have to do for different ancestors. This time I don't know what to heal. Okay. What does she need to know about what needs healed? Because of course they will bring it up and allow it to be healed. Wow. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So there's something about having something, being something or someone, and then having that title taken away, or having something that's so big and grand and then having it all taken away. So there might have been some trauma in your, no, not might have been. Spirit's like, yeah. Uh, there was some trauma surrounding a taking of a title, a taking of a home, a taking of everything. At one point, everything was taken from maybe even like as an ancestral theme on one side or the other of a family, or maybe multiple sides of your family. It was an ancestral theme to rise to, the occasion, rise up the ranks, and then have it all swept out from under you and taken. And now you're back down to like peasant status, or down to like owning nothing and being homeless kind of thing. Okay, sounds good, Linda. So there is this element you're healing about your own stability, your own security, about even if, hey, even if I did find a way to create my dreams, it's all just going to come crashing down anyway. Like, even if that's not on your conscious mind, Amber, somewhere in that subconscious and in your DNA, it's embedded that even if we do succeed, everything's going to go away. So that's what they're healing for you next, or what you're working on healing at current. That's what's coming for you, is this new beginning of being able to heal from feeling like you are not in power or control of your own life, and that any moment, some big bad guy can, or big bad wolf can come in, huff puff, and blow your house down, or some authority figure specifically can come in and tell you, no, you can't do that, or you're gonna do this, or whatever it is. Oh yes, business crash on my mom's side. My grandfather was a zamindar in East India Company during British rule. Wow. Yeah. And, just that whole thing. I mean, I don't know a lot about the whole history of like England encroaching and doing what they did in India, but I know it wasn't great. They even called India the jewel of England or something like this. I don't know all the details, but just like the very minimum. Just this whole colonization and culturization and just taking over where they didn't even belong. And they've done it everywhere. And, that's part of my ancestry. I have English in my ancestry, and it's a wound that we've been the takers getting the things taken. That's a thing. But that's what you're healing. And maybe even there were family lines where, because when we experience one side of the coin, as a spirit or as a soul, we want to experience the other side of the coin, and of course, everything in between. So there might have even been, where it was the opposite in the family, where the family was the one, on one line or another, and could have even been way, way back, where they were the ones that took from someone else and put someone else to the bottom. And then, of course, karmically speaking, now it was taken from them in future generations or something like this. But there is always a balancing. That's the thing. And healing a lot of time is acting as that catalyst to balance the karma out. But let's just see if there's anything else Amber needs to know about this specifically, or if it's just coming up. Yeah, I don't think you need to really fine tune into what exactly anyone did or didn't do or had done to them. But there is a lot of physical changes and shifts like coming for you as a result of this healing. There's a new beginning. It's slow and steady, and this came out in our collective reading today. So this retrograde energy is a really perfect time for you right now, Amber, to do a lot of this ancestral healing. Absolutely it is, because it's leading to that hard work paying off. All this healing you're doing, it's bringing you to this sigh of relief, or this, wow, I made it. And of course, once we make it, it's just a new beginning to start something completely new, or to continue on the path, or whatever it is. But you're really going to see a lot of progress in your physical reality as a result of you doing this inner work and doing this healing. You're going to see a lot of external benefits of it. And specifically with, being able to take care of yourself or feel taken care of, because this person has worked very hard to get what they have. But look, they've got not just the bare minimum or the essentials for their life, but they've got those luxuries as well. So this is about, kind of going back to that having your cake and eating it too example that we've been talking about in a couple readings today, about you just really tuning in and healing from having things taken away, or you know being the one at some point taking the things away, and finding the balance of, okay, I can have the things I need and not they're not going to get taken away, you know finding that balance. Okay, let's see if there's any word of wisdom or advice for Amber as she does more healing, moves forward on this healing journey, because she's feeling like she needs to do more. Yeah. Wow. And you were talking about the family business, and then we got here, examine unfinished business. That is very interesting. But let's just read. It says, today's lesson, identify one piece of unfinished business. This could relate to a person or task. Then do one thing to bring it to closure. So you just doing the healing is you examining or putting the pieces together. Yes. If you find that you're unable to do so, you've identified a major power leak and a serious block to your healing. Your goal to understand that all experiences either make you bitter or better. Yeah. And that kind of going back to the ancestor thing, bitter if the thing is taken away from you, and seemingly better if you're the one taking it away. But this is about not needing to take things from others, but also not allowing others to take from you what you're not willing to give. And this is about finding that balance to come back to center for yourself and not allow these, transgressions or wounds from your ancestors to continue to dictate your life or your stability and security in a negative way anyway. All right. So I hope that helped, Amber. But yeah, keep going on your healing journey. You're making a lot of progress. Even if you just feel like it's another day at the healing factory, you're making things happen in such a big way for yourself that it's really going to help, shape future generations. Your daughter is watching you heal yourself right in front of her eyes. And even if she doesn't say it or pick it up consciously, subconsciously, she is, these healings that you're doing are benefiting her children, their children, all the way down. So big hugs, Amber, because that's the theme today, is big hugs for everybody. You got this. All right, so we've got a 1 card for Linda. And she says, I have postponed a task out of fear, but it needs to be handled. I fear the worst, but will handle next week. Can you tell me if it will be a positive outcome? Okay, let's feel into the energy of this postponed task that Linda has postponed out of fear. She fears the worst, but will handle it next week. Can we get some guidance for her? Tell her if it will be a positive outcome, or just, ways to deal with whatever's coming in for her, please, Spirit. Ooh. We have the 2 of Wands. So making plans now, or shaping the reality you want now, or finding, kind of brainstorming ideas on how to handle this now can really benefit you for next week. But let's see, because this 2 of Wands really is just, it's kind of a mental space of a wand card. I know it's kind of interesting, but this is about making plans. Even if this plan has to do with, how you're going to go about this, fear task that you put off. Let's just see what else she needs to know about this and the likely outcome. Wow. Yeah. And this is this is mental energy of fearing the worst. I mean, there's literally the worst. But what came out with it was a new beginning. This is the ending. So closing out that thing, yeah, it's not going to be peaches and roses. But at the same time, you're going to see a way forward from whatever this was that you put off. You're going to see a way forward. And it's actually going to benefit you that you did postpone it. Just hear me out. It's actually to your benefit that you did postpone it, because I don't know, maybe there's something happening over the weekend. It's showing me like the weekend. Something going on over the weekend, or some clarity you're getting over the weekend that is going to put this thing in perspective and help you realize that this fear, a lot of times making fear-based choices isn't in our best interest, but sometimes in a subconscious way, we understand deeper that, maybe now's not the time. And of course, because this is retrograde season, it's okay sometimes to put things off, especially if there's a difficult conversation that needs to happen, because Mercury retrograde can really, we can either fly off the handle, or we say our truth and then the other person flies off the handle, or there's a miscommunication with a Mercury retrograde. And of course, next week, Mercury's still going to be retrograde, and you've already kind of made the decision, I'm going to handle it next week. So I think just you putting it off a little has actually bought you time to figure out exactly your best move forward. So let's just see what else Linda needs to know about this decision. Yeah, it might be a little heartbreaking, or the person involved just might not understand exactly where you're coming from. But I see the reason that you did move this forward later rather than at the time. I didn't word that correctly. You didn't move forward when you feel you should have because of fear. You thought, oh, I'll just do it next week or whatever. But it actually is going to benefit you. Yeah, you're still going to feel the hurt or the pain from it, but you're going to feel more of a sense of peace and a new beginning by being able to really figure out how you're going to approach this thing. And, there is this element of kind of playing it by the book. If this is some sort of legal thing or morals, I'm reading more morals than legal. But just following your heart and doing what's right. And when you can come from a place of following your heart and doing what's right, we can still get our heart broken. But at the same time, you're seeing a better way forward from whatever it is. Had to do with your mom's passing, so that's why I delayed it. Wow. Yeah. And I think this heartbreak here is your mom's passing. And the thing that happened, maybe the words that were said, because, swords are about communication. They're about words. They're about thoughts. They're about exchange of information. So something that was said, maybe even family secrets or something to do with family, because we got a journal here. It's closed. The ink is spilled. It's like the person didn't get to quite say what they wanted before something happened. Yeah, once handled, it will tie up loose ends. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that's why there's this finality kind of feeling to it. Yet at the same time, there's a new beginning. Even if it's like you're leaving certain relationships that just are toxic, and maybe this passing of your mother and the way certain things were handled really showed other people's true colors. And now you're wow, it's very interesting. It's like the sun is rising just slightly, like this is sunrise energy to me. It's like the sun is slightly rising and then it's risen even more. So this is like the continuation. After this one, a little later that day, look what we got, a new beginning. So yeah, in the moment, it still might feel really gross and ew, I don't like any of this. But before too long, you're going to see the new beginning associated with whatever this ending and this heartbreak is. Let's just get one more lesson card. Words of advice for handling and tying this loose end up. This one does not want to go back. Wow. Someone's acting like a clown. Very interesting. Does that not look like me? Hello. Hi. We're twins. But it says bring humor into your life. And sometimes, like I was saying, I think it was to Cheyenne or Vicky, like if you don't laugh, you're going to cry. Both are very valid. But a lot of times when we get into this really deep belly laugh, we can be almost on the verge of really diving into like real tears, like sad tears. Like a lot of times humor can sometimes, that like act of belly laughing, those muscles contracting can bring up trauma actually. It's very interesting. So maybe allow yourself to laugh or see if you can laugh because it will help release some of the trauma associated with all of this that's going on. But it says here, today's lesson, think about whether you truly have a sense of humor. Healing is enhanced with humor and laughter can lighten almost anything, certainly most day-to-day irritations. So your goal, to bring humor to everything that causes you stress, as this is one of the most empowered responses you can have. Now, I don't think Spirit's telling you to laugh in this person's face if this is a confrontation or anything, but maybe bringing a bit of humor to your words. But again, we're in Mercury retrograde, so this person might completely misinterpret or misconstrue what you're saying or, the energy you're coming forward with. But again, like I said in someone else's reading, we can only be in charge or responsible for the words that we say and how we say things. We can't be responsible for how people take them. And I think that really does apply here as well. Once handled, it will tie up loose ends. LOL. Yes, my mom passed in 2020 and I'm feeling the healing and now it's time to have fun and enjoy life again. And yeah, this is just that reminder to, not take life too seriously. This clown is literally balancing the world on its hand. Like, it's like, it's just the world, whatever. Um, it's about having that more lighthearted approach to things. Maybe this doesn't have to be so grim and serious. Even if it's a grim and serious topic, you can bring more of your lighthearted energy to it. So big hugs, Linda. You'll have to let us know how it goes, but as far as outcomes go, there still might be a little sadness on your end as well, but at the same time, there's a new way forward. So again, though, this is an opportunity. This doesn't mean guaranteed that you're going to take this opportunity, but if you do take this opportunity and take action on an opportunity in a new direction, or as a result of whatever this confrontation or this thing is, you're going to feel much more, good about your direction. Felt what you said, just had to hear it. Yeah, and that's really how this works. I think is a lot of times we already know what we need to do when we're asking for guidance from spirit. We already know what we need to do, but a lot of times, I just saw the Eight of Cups. You might be walking away from someone or a relationship or just something that's, it's toxic, really. But yeah, big hugs, Linda. You'll have to let us know how it goes. But like I was saying, sometimes we just need to hear that validation. And not to say that our own inner guidance is flawed, but just hearing it from our own inner guidance, sometimes it's hard to trust our own inner guidance. So when we hear it from an external source to confirm the inner guidance, it's just like, okay, I feel a little more confident now. And yeah, I even do that sometimes. So my hardest thing is trusting myself. It's like one of the biggest lessons I'm here to learn. I can trust the guidance that comes through for like everyone else in my family. When I get an intuitive nudge for someone in my family or like here on the channel, I trust that like unwavering. But when it's for my own self, I hem and haw and waffle about it. Like, oh, is it really? Like, just trust. Like, that's what I always hear. It's like, just trust, Amanda. Come on. All right, you guys. I think that's it. That was our last donation. So I'm going to go have some lunch and hang out for a bit before I got to go pick up the kids. But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and look forward, hopefully, fingers crossed, that the October pick a card gets posted over on my main channel. First thing linked in the description below sometime next week. And of course, back here, hopefully, again, fingers crossed, no migraines and the smoke kind of dissipates for Woo Woo Wednesday on next week. And that'll be fun. I can't wait to see you guys. I really missed you last Wednesday when I had the migraine. I would have given anything to just check that migraine right out the door and come hang out with you guys. It's one of my favorite places to be. Yes, happy weekend to all and have a wonderful day as well. All right, you guys. Thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see all of you right here back at the Done Creative Live and my main channel and my writing channel, which I've got some new content coming. It's just going to be a minute. All right, you guys. Bye.